Welcome to Sex Positive Gaming. I'm Annie, and this is the second of my two-part review covering the VenusBlood series with VenusBlood Hollow, available for PC on Steam. First released in Japan in 2014, this was another successful Kickstarter project to localize the game into English and simplified Chinese. Originally titled VenusBlood Hypno, this title was changed from Hypno to Hollow. Considering this is an international release, we have decided to change the name from VenusBlood Hypno to VenusBlood Hollow. This is to help facilitate the process of getting the game improved on certain platforms, and we appreciate your understanding regarding this matter. We all know that more and more flavors are being censored and restricted, and while the gameplay itself is the same, except for some additional Kickstarter content, hypnosis is increasingly being seen as an unacceptable flavor. I'm definitely not going to be the one to break this news to the vampires. Like its predecessor, VenusBlood Frontier, this is a turn-based strategy RPG combined with a visual novel. There are multiple endings with two primary paths, Chaos and Law. In both paths, you build and strengthen your harems, but Chaos focuses mainly on the corruption and transformation flavors. The biggest additions to this version versus Frontier is that there are more units, more romanceable characters, a much more complex recruitment system, and the ability to have battles with up to 36 units at a time, which can get pretty crazy. Otherwise, this is a similar story of conquest and the temptation of power. Graphically, this is a great-looking anime-style game with a ton of characters, units, and items to explore and unlock. The sexual interactions use multiple static images with Japanese voicing. The music is great and really fits the epic fantasy feel of the game. Sadly, there is no animation in-game, not even an intro movie. Flavor-wise, this is a mostly male heterosexual harem experience with just about every flavor you can imagine. The Chaos paths definitely have more flavors to experience and a much darker theme, but like I mentioned earlier, the focus on the Chaos paths are mainly on corruption and transformation, and a little bit of Futanari. Oh yeah, and whichever path you choose, there are so many tentacles. Like the title of the game on the Kickstarter page was originally VenusBlood Hollow International Dark Lord Degradation Tentacle Turn-Based Adventure Strategy RPG. For some reason, that title didn't make it to the Steam page. I can't imagine why. Speaking of which, you will need the free DLC from Just USA if you want to experience more than the all ages content in the Steam version. It could wreck your save file if you install it after you've already started, so I recommend downloading it before you begin. You are able to select which version you want to play through when you start a new game, and you can even disable content in the replay and CG galleries. The tactical battles are awesome in this game and are an absolute improvement over VenusBlood Frontier. You are still able to choose your difficulty, which does include a casual mode, where you can automatically win every fight if you just want to experience the story. There's also a New Game Plus mode, as well as multiple unlockable customizable gameplay conditions. It'll take well over 50 hours to complete on the standard difficulty, and much longer if you're going to attempt the Thanatos mode. While there are more characters to romance, corrupt, or both, the plot does seem a little less well put together than in VenusBlood Frontier. While the corruption narratives of VenusBlood Hollow have an interesting betrayal aspect and ultimate conclusion, both Law and Chaos sexual paths are better in Frontier. I understand that is totally subjective, but I felt the storylines and gradual progression process were better. I really enjoyed VenusBlood Hollow, just not as much as I enjoyed VenusBlood Frontier. There was way more content in Hollow, but I felt the story was better in Frontier. The Kickstarter for Hollow raised 50% more than Frontier, so I'm really excited to see Gaia, Ragnarok, Brave, Lagoon, Savior, and all the other VenusBlood games released on Steam in the future. Maybe if we're really lucky, we'll start seeing similar quality titles made by developers outside of Japan as well. And if you already know a game like that, be sure to let me know. I'd love to play it. Let me know what you think of the VenusBlood series. If you've played, which one is your favorite? Seriously though, who is going to tell the vampires about the hypnosis thing? Until next time, no shaming, just gaming. Thanks to all this month's supporters on Patreon. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you.